Dear brothers and sisters, without any delay, we proudly bring to you our noted history maker and spokesperson for the human soul, Imam WDM Muhammad. Takbir!
Praise be to Allah. Thank you. Praise be to Allah. Thank you. Thank you. Our greetings is peace. Peace be unto you. Assalamu alaikum. First, we must thank God, Allah in our religious language. His name is Allah. But all of you know He's the same Allah that is in the Bible, in the Torah, and in the Gospel, or the Injil. The same Allah, no different. We have one God. There is only one God. This address addresses sensitive issues in black history in our life. And we have discouraged persons who are not of African descent from attending this meeting. And it's not because I don't want you here. It's because some of the things that we will be saying are given to this audience here and in Homewood. We were fortunate to connect up with the Homewood hotel facility so that the overflow can hear this address, live address. We don't want people to be uncomfortable. But you know, when you got a ailment or a wound that needs healing, you go to the doctor. The doctor may have to cause you pain, prescribe medicine for you after treating you, like the extraction of a tooth and other needs that we have from the doctor, causes pain. And you can't prevent that sometimes. So a lot that we will be saying, there are persons in the African American community, and mind you, this address is not for Muslims only, it's for all of our people. So it might not please all of us, but it is as medicine. We accept the pain, expecting to be healed or expected to be put in better condition. The first issue that and it's sensitive, you'll understand why, is we call it the moral imperative. I hope my students are in this audience, if not here, at the other facility, because I beg for them to make notes. The moral imperative. Subtopic that we are addressing under the moral imperative, frustrated community spirit. I see our spirit like we see a machine that needs some overhauling. And it's like an automobile spitting out from its exhaust spitting. So I see our spirit as an exhaust spitting black spirit. Looking at the moral picture in our community life for this failing time we're living in, our people up from slave life, we see them being affected by the spirit of this time and suffering a corruption of spirit. We see our northward migrations manifestation as being similar to the migration of the followers of Muhammad the Prophet, on him be peace, from a city that persecuted him. Upon our Prophet be peace, our Prophet said, quote, "Whoever left his home to migrate, expecting such as a beautiful woman or riches, that is his migration." We'll come back to that. Be patient with me. I'm not in a big hurry. I want this to be a slow walk to the destiny. Under sensitive black issues in black history, in the life of a people, really in the soul of a people, and in the spirit of a people. Because most of us didn't read it. Most of us didn't remember it. Most of us have missed most of our important history. But all of us have had our soul impressed and our spirit formed by our experiences. The Holy Temple of Islam. This is a commemorative day for Savior's Day, isn't it? Yeah, I thought I was on the right track. The Holy Temple of Islam. At a meeting of Muslim saints convened in the year 1929, the need for a mask-wearing plan capable of raising up America's put-down black man was key on the agenda, for the agenda. To give one of the lost-found members of Islam from Africa an animated message termed the Holy Temple, the temple in animation. It was hoped their plan would be accepted by Allah and over a stretch of time propel the African-American soul upward to the upper stratum of civilization. So I know I never saw myself as anything but a soldier for God. I never saw myself out of the fruit of Islam. So I would like those who still identify in that wisdom and in that positive direction for our spirit, for our soul, to come to attention and you will be drilled with a new cadence caller, or by a new cadence caller. To follow the commands is to march to understanding. Understanding. Above all, get what? I don't hear you. And understanding. The march to understanding is a march to freedom, justice, and equality. Living community. Living community. Who are we? The African American soul can tell us who we are. We are the Americans who were denied human community life. We are marching. Marching up the King's Highway. Marching, marching, marching all the day. With our Savior, the universal King. We used to sing that, didn't we? Issue, the spirit and false values. The biggest need in the soul is achievement for human community life. Live community, and every member has the opportunity to excel. Every member evolves. Every member gains and grows with a spirited sense of personal shares in community wealth. The burden of poverty is driven off of each member's soul. Living community raises every member's sense of personal worth and a sense of individual beauty. We are making progress with our community life plan, sisters. Yes. That's beautiful. That's what the sister told me when I told her we were progressing with our community plan. She said, that's beautiful. Those who will not live community lose their sight in their pursuit of beauty. In their pursuit of beauty. Those who will not live community lose their sight in pursuit of beauty. In their pursuit of beauty, their blind spending on beauty pushes them over the edge, and they fall down into hell. Live community to avoid that pitfall. That medicine is good. Yes, it's coming. You know what? Yeah, I feel the Spirit running. Yes, it's running to the destiny. Oh, I can feel it. Oh, yeah. In you. I can feel it running to the destiny. Mm-hmm. Like running the Olympics. Like running water for a plumbing system that has been fixed. Holding on to community as a driving force protects our spirit from the false values promoted by vanity. The human soul urges or drives individuals to grow in personal beauty. Beauty is a personal need in everyone's soul. The most beautiful nation is in the wilds of North America, we were told. The next paragraph will have the word valence. Definition of valence: the degree of attractiveness, the degree of attractiveness an individual activity or thing possesses as a behavioral goal. Valence. I repeat, the degree of attractiveness an individual, an activity, or thing possesses as a behavioral goal. Do you know our Creator created us to naturally know what's good for our behavior and what's bad? To naturally know the choices to make to protect our behavioral mode. He gave every creature such protection. It's very difficult for a dog or a monkey or an elephant or a camel or anything living, a tree, an apple tree, a tomato bush plant, anything living, very difficult to have that come out of its behavioral mode. So how is it so easy for us to slip out of our natural behavioral mode that God gave us and fall under the influences of a corrupt culture? Why? It is because we are higher than all those living things. We are the highest living thing in creation. And we are the highest because God has given us willpower, and He has given us rational life, reasoning for making personal choices. So we are free to make choices with our intelligence and with our willpower. We are free to make choices because of the rational factor in the makeup of our intelligence. We are free to make choices and come out of the natural confines. We can leave the natural confines. The animals, the plants and animals, they cannot do that, except as Allah wills, or except as science in the hands of man, the rational factor, wills. This community is our Valentine. Sweet Valentine. Upon his soul, valence. Let me repeat the definitions for valence. The degree of attractiveness an individual activity or thing possesses as a behavioral goal. Speaking of something in the soul, naturally, that's in the soul and the original spirit of life, of the human life. The community, this community, our Valentine, upon its soul valence, is rising up to its heavenly sky, the apex in beauty. Yes. The community, our sweetheart, our Valentine. And this is February. Brothers, we are the products of Islam. That is, the one who came with a strategy and a stratagem. He intended that his model, animated, coming alive in our soul, the temple of Islam, that his model will influence us to become the best community of Muslims on this planet Earth. We are created to increase the community property. Fruit, that's what I'm talking to, the fruit. We are created to increase the community property. Let me share with you a dream I had. It was during the time when my father had me as a minister in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And I was home for a little while visiting, and I had a dream. My dream was a really search by me for a destination that I was not even aware of. In the dream, I was going upon spirit, and spirit was taking me. I knew not where I was going. And I came first out in the wasteland where no house, no sign of human, no sign of animals were in that space that I was searching. And my spirit was taking me there, not my conscience. I came upon a big, looked like a mountain of stoker coal. Now, a lot of you all don't know what stoker coal is, C-O-A-L, coal. Stoker coal was like small rocks, black coal like small rocks. And we used to take that coal, they would deliver it to our house, and we had to get it into the basement by wheelbarrow or by bushel barrel or by bushels. We would take it to the window of the basement, and we would throw it in that window, and it would be piled up in a special area that was walled in for use as fuel to heat the house. And the stoker, the furnace had a stoker, and the stoker came on automatically. When the temperature got low and the house is cool, the furnace would come on, and the stoker would start feeding the coal into the fire, into the furnace for the fire. Didn't have to do it by hand. So I came upon this mountain of black stoker coal, and my spirit was guiding me. So I knew that I had to keep going the way my spirit was guiding me. So I'm trying to get over this mountain. Every time I put my feet down on the stoker coal, I went down almost as much as I was hoping that I would go up. So I couldn't get over that mountain. And you know how dreams are. The scenery can change suddenly without any explanation. So suddenly that situation is gone, and I see nothing but open area, but far, long distance. So I kept walking under the Spirit, kept walking. In the distance, I saw a man, a white man, what appeared to be a white man. And he appeared to be standing on the wall or the edge of something. So I kept going, kept going. When I got close enough to see him, he beckoned to me without speaking. He made me know what he wanted without speaking. And I knew he was looking at me and telling me to come, keep coming, come and approach me, come and approach me. So I kept coming, and as I got closer, I saw that he was standing on the edge of a huge swimming pool. I mean huge. In my imagination, what I saw in the dream would be at least 3 to 4 times the width and distance of this audience. Huge pool. And he was standing on the edge. As I got closer to him, like I am to you on the front row, he beckoned to me again without speaking. I understood what he wanted from me. and I came and got on top of the edge with him. Then he stepped upon the water and walked the water. And he looked at me, and he did some movements with his feet. And he beckoned me to come and stand upon the water. So I stepped upon the water. And surprising for me, I didn't sink. I stood upon the water. And I started moving my feet like this, balanced upon the water. That dream was so real and so strange. I think it might have been the first dream I ever told to my father. So I told my father, I said, Daddy, I had a dream. He said, what was it, son? He was quick. I said, Daddy, and I described to him what I described to you. He said, well, son, I don't know the meaning of that mountain of coal. He said, but I know the meaning of you standing on the water. And the water was a big, big pool. It means that one day, you're going to have many followers. That's all he said. He said, it means one day you're going to have many followers. So over the long period of time since that time, I came to know just what the mountain of stoker coal means. He didn't tell me, but now I know for sure. I have experienced it. And I ain't going to say any more. Let me get back to the text. Another definition that we offer. See, we have a running vocabulary here because we have to use some special words. They carry the right meanings. So we have a running vocabulary. And as I said, like a running Olympics, or like the Olympics running, the running Olympics, huh? And like a town's water system, our community's water system that had serious problems, but now it's fixed. We are running. We got a commercial and private dwelling plumber sitting right behind me. I know he's feeling these words, and I know he's interpreting and applying as I'm speaking. That's our very productive imam of Harlem, New York. Yes, Imam Ezekiel Pasha. Now we're going to, yes. So, Brother FOI, we are created to increase our community productivity. Definition of nous. This is another word, nous. British language reference. Nous means common sense, alertness. Common sense, alertness. Now, where does this intelligence begin? In the soul. Every baby is born with it in the soul. It begins in the soul. To help this explanation for the term nous, the term nostalgia, most of you should know the term nostalgia. The term nostalgia should be understood. Nostalgia is inherent as an expression having its origin in the soul or in the nous. The nous in the soul is as the